of the plane, unraveling the truth. And with me today, I've got a bunch of young people today. We're going to be tackling some interesting topics. I'm going to share our experiences and just unraveling the truth of plane. Don't worry, we are not going to get any secrets of Mitchell's Plain out, but we're here to share our journeys and our experience of Mitchell's Plain. So we're going to start with introducing myself. I'm Jonas McCarthy. I am the ambassador for the city of Cape Town in the youth development sector. And I'm going to be passing this mic on to my next best.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Renisha. I am a 27-year-old. I grew up in Mitchell's Plain. I am currently working for SafeLine. We work with children that's been sexually abused. So I will be giving the mic to.
Hi everyone, my name is Ayan. I'm a final year university student studying psychology and social development.
Hi everyone, I am 21 years old, a student studying psychology and information systems, and I grew up in Mitchell's Plain. I've been in and out.
Good morning everyone, my name is Sofia Konya. I'm currently a volunteer here at Cape Flats YMCA. One of our main focuses are youth empowerment. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, guys. So today we are absolutely focusing on the urban violence in the community and the safety and security thereof. And I think that Mitchell's Plain as a whole is big, like I said before. And I just want to dive into some of the questions that, as we were compiling this, just to ask our experiences and our journeys within Mitchell's Plain. So number one of the questions that I actually was thinking about is, what does safety feel like in our community? I can say that, starting off, you can't walk at night. Like, you absolutely cannot walk at night. Like, you can't just walk during the day, You don't know, you can't have your phone on you, you feel unsafe in the community. I mean, growing up back then, you could do it. You could trust the neighbor's son without having like the motive that he's going to rob you, or he's going to take anything of you. So, like, what does it feel like for you to be safe in your community?
I think, this is just a personal thing. I think certain areas of Mitchell's Plain I would feel safe, but obviously now that it's winter, it gets quite dark. So walking to the shop or walking somewhere at night, maybe like after 6, you have to worry who's gonna come down. You have to worry, are they gonna shoot? Are you gonna dodge a bullet? Are they gonna put you in a car? Kidnap you, all of that runs through your mind as a female, especially from Mitchell's Plain, Beacon Valley. So I think that time it was okay. I would always hear old people say, ons kan nou so matraste buite geslaap het. But now it's raining bullets. Now crime is like, it's literally on your doorstep. So I think for me personally as a female, I do not feel safe even to walk alone to the shop after 6. So that is my point of,
I think it's also just the aspect of, having to get to one place, having to get to the place where you're studying and the place where you're working. You need to take public transport to get there, and just walking to the bus stop alone feels like I can't even walk myself there, so I'm always going to be dependent on my brother or somebody walking with me. So even in that case, I feel unsafe.
Like, I absolutely agree with you. Like, even like traveling into university, it's just me, my mom and my sister, just 3 girls, and we leave the house around about 5:30 in the morning. And we're already on edge when traveling into campus, since there's literally a hijacking spot right around the corner. So my mom always tells me, okay, we need to take a different route, because like yesterday, the neighborhood watch just reported that someone was hijacked or was robbed right there. So every morning, and like just coming home is already on edge. And I can still remember a couple of months back, I told my auntie at home, and a taxi was tailing us, and it was just us 2 women in the car. So yes, I do believe that we are not safe within our own communities today, and it's such an unfortunate thing to be experiencing. Anyone want to add on?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I come from the Stramontain community. I've born and raised in an informal settlement. So with an informal settlement, it's a very small, not really crowded, but it's a small community.
Yeah.
So everybody knows everyone. But yeah, I'm not necessarily an outside kid or a person that walks around, etc., etc. So I wouldn't say that there's a feeling of being unsafe. However, we do hear, like from our neighbors, they would come to us and complain about robberies or substance abuse or etc., etc. So I wouldn't necessarily say that I feel unsafe in my community. Not saying that I feel safe either. It's it's like a two-way street type thing. So yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot based on other people's experiences within my community. So yeah, that's about it.
Absolutely. You know what? I was just thinking while she was speaking now on the topic. I was going to the tuck shop, hey, and I had a Tix chocolate in my pocket. And once when I got to the tuck shop on the field, so I had to cross the field to go to the tuck shop. And I saw this guy was following me, but I didn't think much of it. And when I got there, he's like, "Where's your phone? Where's your phone?" Luckily, I didn't have my phone on me. But I'm like, and I'm telling him, "There's a Tix chocolate in my pocket. There's a Tix chocolate." And he's like, "Your phone." And when I got to the tuck shop, and then I almost got there, and I took it out. He's like, "Nah, like I threw in the Tix chocolate there and say, Jason, what and all this stuff." And I think it was something they will kill you over the Tix chocolate. They will definitely kill you over Tix chocolate. Last week, on Townsend, I saw that while we were on the safety topic, that the army was obviously, because we know that all the shooting were happening on Town Center and the surrounding community. I mean, I would open my door and I see there's a body laying. Do you think, and then right after the army came there and brigade left, they started shooting again. Do you think that the people in the army, the policing are actually, do we think that they are doing justice to us in the community right now, compared to what's been said there? I know there are a lot of people who don't trust, the services that's offered, but what is your opinion of it though?
I feel that a lot of the times, yes, we are provided these services, but the police and I don't feel that in Mitchell's Plain they are not giving their services the way they should. Also a couple of months back, I still needed to go to the police station to get some documents certified, and then there was this man just lurking in the corner and was looking up and down. And it was just me and my mom again, and it was already dark outside, and we were already getting off vibes because he was watching our every move. And then before we left, we still saw he was lurking by our car, so we had to ask the police officer to escort us there. And unfortunately, we heard that several people has been complaining about him for 3 days, and they've done nothing about it. They've given him 2 warnings, and that's about it. And I also feel also with the hijacking situation in my community, and everyone has been verbally complaining about it, been reporting about it, but we don't see actual change or services that the police will provide us. Because majority of the time, whenever we call them, they're always coming an hour after. And we feel that we should take it upon ourselves, and I feel that we shouldn't be doing it since we are asking for these services and they're not providing it to us.
I think something that has made me feel safer was the community actually taking things into their own hands. So instead of waiting on the police to actually, come stand on corners or stand on the bus stops where there's not much people or where there are people lurking around on corners, I've seen the community actually having their own neighborhood watches and having those people stand there, 5 o'clock in the morning when you actually have to be able taking a bus to work, taking a bus to your place of study. So I think seeing the community actually do something about it just makes me feel safer. But I definitely think that policing within our town, I think that should be definitely be improved.
To be blunt, I do think police are failing us. You can stand on the corner 24/7. You will fall asleep. Hulle skiet nou iemand voor je dood, hy man het niks gesien. So I do feel like they can send in the army, they can send in the police. If your community members and the gangs do not change, then what is the purpose of police in your area? If there's police working with gangs,
Yes.
if there's police getting paid. So I do feel like they are failing us. For example, you go to the police station, you open up a case, now you get a protection order. What must I do? Must he first kill me before you come? They come, now you call them, I'm in a real emergency, yes? And they come 2-3 hours later. That time I don't even feel like I want to open a case anymore, because what he did it. What he took from me, because you were coming literally 3 hours later. So now you still go to the police station, oh, we don't have enough evidence. So now your case gets kicked out. So I do feel like, what is the purpose for them? They are saying they are working for the community, but you are working against the community. We don't have money to pay you, it's your job. You have to do that, you have to patrol in every area. So,
Yeah, that just forces again the community to take
Yes,
justice
of
into their
course.
hands.
Yeah.
Which, I don't even think that's okay. That the community has to be the police.
Yeah.
All right, so this is such a huge topic, and I can see the emotions on it. I can see definitely the emotions about this, about how you guys are feeling about it. And I think to myself that, people are not feeling safe in their homes.
Yeah.
We're not feeling safe in our homes. We can't call the police, so we are taking matters into our own hands, and that is why safety is such a big thing in our communities, because we just don't feel safe. I think one of the topics we had in the last discussion was safe homes. Do we create safe houses for ourselves to go to? What would your opinion be about that in terms of safety? Do you think safe homes is like a safe space is where we should go to, Zuhra?
Well, on the topic of safe homes, or when it comes to creating safe spaces, I feel like we don't necessarily have a lot of them. And we all have, how can I say this, different perspectives on what a safe space is or what a safe home is. So even being part of a safe space, it comes with different, like the environments are different and not always, how can I say, losing my train of thought. But it's not always specifically like for you as a person. Like they don't necessarily cater to your needs, like as a safe space, or what it is that you need as a young person in the community, or etc. etc. So I feel like we could definitely improve that. It's something that we lack, safe spaces within our communities. It's definitely something that we lack. So yeah, anybody else want to add anything? Okay.
Awesome. So I really can see that we're coming from different backgrounds, and I think that this podcast, and so because if we're feeling like that, how much young people like ourselves are feeling that way, are feeling frustrated with the services rendered, are feeling like we don't have a place to go to, of our own, a safe space to go to, and just to captivate that. And I think one of the questions that I would love to ask is, and I think it ties in with what we're saying, is what is one of the biggest challenges the young people are facing? And I can clearly see that we are facing safety. I can clearly see that we're facing a thing of crime, people will tell you about the unemployment, and that is why we are leading to going to other avenues such as crime.
Yes.
You know, because young people are not feeling safe. We're not. There's not a voice. There's not a platform for this that we can say, like, you know, and in their own language to say. They would say, Manita, I don't feel safe, you know, you know, and that's how we understand. We can't judge them because that's how they express themselves. And so, what do you think is one of those challenges that they face besides, you know, the obvious of crime? And because I mean, you know, when you open up these, I would say, our community channels, the biggest thing they're going to talk about is our colored teenage pregnancies. All of this. What do you think is one of those challenges?
Like, I feel that, like, since I've been studying social development for quite a while now, I feel that, like, poverty and unemployment has made a significant, like, difference in youth's lives. Like, I can still remember I did this one case study where a lot of the times that youth don't feel that they're being seen or heard because they don't have the opportunities like privileged communities have. And I feel that a lot of times they resort to crime because that's their only way of knowing and getting a source of income. And majority of the time these children or youth participants would for instance, drop out of school, as a lot of the times that their parents can't even afford to take them to school, and they also need to be the breadwinners due to unforeseen circumstances, and they would like beg on the street or resort to like pickpocketing, maybe robbery, and okay, I'm so sorry guys, I just lost my train of thought there as well. But I feel that unemployment is a major issue, and a lot of the times grown-ups don't like address that because they will say like, oh, these youth don't want to work, they don't want to go to school, they just want to be at home, resort to crime, but they don't understand their circumstances and they don't want to listen to their perspective. And maybe like since like the youth can't go to school and that, they don't get like other opportunities in getting work because work demands them to have a material certificate and they can't afford to get that. And even if they do want to make a difference, our community isn't even providing those services. Like, who's teaching the youth how to like create a budget or how to apply for work, how to go back to school? So instead of like disregarding the youth, why don't we encourage them, give them the opportunities they deserve to have?
Can I just say, our young people really doesn't want to be, they don't want to be in this position. But because of what they are going through, sometimes the pressure of the house is so like, it's that they feel the need, no, I need to take responsibility. I am carrying the weight. So what are we going to do? We're going to turn to the nearest person that is going to be able to buy me a packet of chips or somebody that can buy me takis. So now I'm gonna eat the merchant is gonna tell me, look here, do this for me, I can buy you a pair of takis, I will take care of your family. I am gonna do it because that's an easy way out. So sometimes we don't really want to drop out of school, but we have no choice because the weight of your household, the weight of your circumstances is so heavy on you. So we have no choice but to turn to them, you know. So it's not like they want to be in this position. It's not like they want to stand in the corner, Auntie Via to here and man. That is our kind of Auntie Via to here and man. It's not like we want to rob people, but we have no choice. Where are we going? We don't, I feel like we don't get safe spaces anymore, we get safe people.
Come on now.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So I do feel like they really don't want to be in this position. So we have to find a way. Okay, we can't give them a job, but we have to find a way to help our young people. There's so much young people with a lot of potential. There's a young boy out there that can rap. There's a girl out there that can model. How we're gonna have to figure out the way how we're gonna let them be noticed, man.
Yes.
Ons het nie genotice is by verkeerde mense nie.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to go to the merchant to go and ask a bread.
Yes.
I don't want to turn to prostitute, but that's the only way out. Because mind you, in Beacon Valley, there's no way out. No, I'm telling you, there's not even a safe space. If police is failing you, if everyone is failing you, where are you going to turn to? To the person that is going to offer you a pair of taxis, which means I'm going to have to sell the drugs. So yeah.
You know, I just want to say that, and I host a lot of career expos, and on this, I do a lot of expos in the community, and it's for purpose. One of the expos that I do is just to bring about awareness to what is out there. Avenues, careers. I bring a lot of these local celebrities in. And I remember particularly one expo that I had. I think that was my first expo, and I was so nervous. I was like, this is not going to work. This is just not going to happen like what I planned it. And it's called like Dream Again Career Expo. So what I try to do in the community is to allow young and old to dream again, right? So I have this hosted in the community, and two young people came in. One you could see was on the wrong path, and they were probably like gangsters or so. And at the end of that, there was another guy who was sitting outside, and he had the pamphlet, and he just said, well, someone gave me this pamphlet and I'm here. And the one said to me at the end of the day, of all the speeches, and he said, you know what, I'm going to go back to school. The other one said, you know what, I'm going to give life another chance, and he was depressed. And I think that my biggest motive of my intentions for having this expos really in the community, and it became such a thing, is so that every young person has that opportunity, especially our brown child. You know, and it's beautiful to see that when they walk in there, they're like, oh my gosh, I can go and study.
Yeah.
You know, I can go and work, and I'm bringing these opportunities to young people. So that they can see, and it's, you know, it's beautiful because, I mean, number one, they don't have money to go and study, or even going for an interview in town, it's going to cost you traveling fee, you know, where people are going to tell you strictly, and I deal with a lot of like recruitment, recruit, and they will tell you, where must I get money to go to an interview? I utilize that money for a break,
Yeah, of course.
you know. And I think that if we've become as a community where we can be safe, like you said, safe people, and find safe spaces within ourselves for people, it will definitely work, you know. And I love the fact that we're having these conversations because there's so many challenges out there. Hearts are bleeding, and probably the viewers are always asking, why now? You know, why now? But now matters. You know, it's now time for us to have this conversation and have a place where they feel free and feel safe, and that is when we get to a place of unraveling the bitter end truth. Don't you think? The bitter end truth of this. And so in every profession sitting here, these are power, these are truly power, and I love the fact that what you guys are doing for people, because it's needed. We as brown people, we need better role models sometimes, you know. So what do you guys think has apartheid done for the oppression of our people in regards to our poverty struggle? Do you think it has changed us? Do you think it has bettered us? Do you think that we've got opportunities since apartheid in the year of 1984, which I was born, technically I'm born 3 years? What has it done for us as brown people now? Are we still oppressed? I think we still are oppressed. You know? Do you think that we're getting fair opportunities?
I don't think we're getting fair opportunities because there's majority of the young people that has a matric certificate that cannot get a job. But then there's other people that get first, if you know, other people that get first privileges. So what is so wrong with the colored that we don't get first privileges? So I don't know what apartheid, because I know apartheid was fighting for every right, fighting for the colored right, fighting for the white, everyone's rights. But now I can't even get a job if I have matric certificate. I can't even work for the EPWP, you know? So I do feel like, no, there's not a lot of opportunity. Maybe there is, but it's not available for us.
I'm like, yes, there's been like, you know, more opportunities extended on the rights and everything. But I feel that the government doesn't really see the people. Like they said, yes, we like cause like these problems, these issues with the community, and we need to change it, the right change into it. But once it was done, they don't go back into the community, ask for their feedback to see what can we do differently. Like I still remember, like in social development, they still wanted to implement the RDP housing
Yes.
straight
yes.
after apartheid. But do we still see that program today?
No.
And unfortunately, townships has been increasing, and like no one's really paying too much attention to it or wanting to put in the effort. And then the government will always say that, oh, we don't have enough funding, we don't have enough money to invest in our community. But the community want to invest in ourselves. So I feel that no, nothing has changed, even though we are living in a democratic society. I feel that the government should listen more to the community
Absolutely.
instead of viewing us as just simply as statistics.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to add on?
Just to add on to what you mentioned about the first privileges and
Yeah.
when it comes to getting jobs and stuff, that's also where nepotism comes in, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a matter, it's all about, in today's life, it's all about who you know
Yeah.
and where they can get you, that
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And with regards to the government, the 370, this is
Yeah.
my point of view. I don't think they should give that because it's literally giving you money to stay at home. Or if you
True.
can maybe use that money to
Yeah.
get up and go look for a job.
Absolutely.
Go and for traveling.
Yeah.
I know there's a thing out now with the city, the My City bus
Bus,
where
I
you
was
get
thinking
the
about
card
that. Yes,
and
the
you can
golden
go,
arrow.
yes, where you can go and look for a job or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna use that 370 correctly, then you are literally getting paid to be at home from government. Where they could have used that money and create something else. Like maybe invest in something that is gonna benefit our young people.
Yes.
Now you're giving them the 370 and it gaan net op.
Yes.
Môre kry hulle 500 rand. You know, but I'm literally giving you money to stay at home. You are no benefit for your mother, nothing. Majority of the young people, we're gonna sit by for a box.
Yes.
We are gonna sit by, okay, we're gonna put this money away, we're gonna enjoy us this weekend. Instead of taking that money, get up if you really wanna do something with your life. Get up, ask where I can get a My City card, go for an interview, you know? So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we've come to the end of this segment. This has been really, really interesting, don't you think, ladies?
Yeah,
Really, really interesting. And thank you so, so much for sharing your journeys. I'm excited about the next episodes to come. And so to the viewers at home, thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for listening to us, for giving us a hearing, and for staying on this beautiful journey called Unraveling the Truth. And this is Voices of the Plain. So you don't want to miss the next episode with all of this. And you might not see me do all of this. We'll have someone else do it, I think, hey, on the next episode. But feel free to like and subscribe to our next episodes. And you don't want to miss the next topics. You don't want to miss it, baby. We're not clocked up, but we're clocked in. Keep dreaming, keep smiling. I'm your host with the most, Josie McCarthy. Signing off.